go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times finna he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like put a stack in it. I'm bout it, ain't stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. But I get that daily paper. Stop playing me. Pap.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. To about the 40-yard line. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And no matter what's done throughout the ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 13. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Striker, 3 claws red. Cluster, 6. Ready?
2nd and long. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
First carry of the game for Zamir White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Zamir White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Logan Hall in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Blue. 6. Mega. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 57 yards. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
So third down, the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try to defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Looking downfield for Godwin. And he's got it inside the 10. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Once again, they come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Black shot.
Now back to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Ready. Check pitch.
They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Shot 17.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
Blue striker. Ready?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
Blaster, 6. Light blue.
They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd down, back to Fournette. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Ready.
On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. 20, 10, touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
First down, here's White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Running out of the gun with White to the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A three-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no three-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you
looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. They'll run here with Akers. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield with man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he gets it up past the 35. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Back to throw here. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. It seems a little...
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Nice move at the 40.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there. Yeah,
you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it, it's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
57 yards on the ground for him so far.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Fournette. And some room to roam now.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Second and 8 coming up.
19 tight.
They'll drop to throw. And it's caught.
And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Come on. Hey.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Here we go.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Falcons 21.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. White. Touchdown, Buccaneers. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense, and it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 69 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Akers. Touchdown, Falcons. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Falcons are right back in this football game.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Okay, ready?
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over.
And now here is another interception.
And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete.
He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Fournette running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Ready?
On 4th down, here's the option.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this.
And my goodness, another interception. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Buccaneers 56, Falcons 28.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They go play action here on first down.
Right back to Pitts again.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown!
Kyle Pitts.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
A handoff to Fournette. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll try and run the option left side. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire.